Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And I'm not even letting him get half a word in edgewise. But what you missed is right before that, we're discussing what we were going to We're going to do a trio of Trump readings.
Yes.
We record this on Saturday, January 11th at about 3:30-ish. A little before 3:30.
A lot of ish
West Coast time. If you want it's 3:20 p.m. What do you want to call it? Quarter after 3:20 or 3:30-ish?
I'll let you know when it's 3:21.
All right. Anyways, emotional health, mental health, physical health. It's kind of low-hanging fruit. Nobody in the audience really is wanting to hear a health reading on Trump, hearing that he's going to be really healthy and mentally vibrant and all that stuff. You know.
But it's possible, I suppose.
We kind of wanted to go. We want him to go away. And if it's a health thing that takes him out, a health thing takes him out. We've just done a couple of readings, and Gary kept getting like, he's got emotional health issues. Or I should say, he's got mental health issues. He's got mental health issues. So we're going to read on it. Gary's focused on Trump's mental health because...
for whatever reason, it's 3:21 now. For whatever reason, the readings we've been doing for the previous 2 days for you, the previous hour for us, I keep getting cards saying that he is near the end of his emotional health, good health, the remaining goodness of his emotional health. Yeah. He's about ready to take the slide. So let's see if that's what the cards are actually saying. Speaking of which,
maybe he's going to take a long nap.
She is such a cutie. Oh, and by the way, we both have Blue Sky social media accounts.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so I just posted on my Blue Sky, the Twin Tarot Blue Sky, Nico and Elle, our guest stars who were getting ready for the readings that we were doing today. So Elle's the only one that came up. Nico's downstairs sleeping on the couch.
Right. All right. So again, energy and purpose only. You're going to look at Trump's
emotional health.
You want the emotional health.
Emotional health. So that's what I keep getting. I keep getting cups. I did a clarifier on a card, on a death card, and it was all cups except for one.
Now, for the folks that know tarot well enough and say, but wait a minute, cups are, they're about emotions, but you're talking about mental health. So what do you want, mental health or emotional
health?
You want to do emotional health?
Emotional health.
Emotional health. The cups, not the swords.
Yes, the cups.
Okay.
Yes.
In previous ones, he was connecting mental health, swords, with his cups, emotional health. That's fine. I mean, it is what it is. Linda G doesn't read the cards in the traditional way either. So if you get all aggro on that, allow some artistic creativity, shall we say. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is his intuition being guided by those cards. The cards lay out the path. He creates the story based on his intuition. So, and I sit there going, yeah, that's the wrong story. But then it's like, it's not my story.
He does do that. But he's okay to interrupt. I absolutely let him interrupt, because if I'm straying off the path, I do want to be accurate and precise. I'm not always accurate and precise.
Oh, he's wrong all the time. It's a good thing I saved this channel.
Okay. So
I wonder if Ray and Tom, if they ever kept a score, how often they were right.
Oh my goodness.
On the Stump a Chump.
So since I'm doing emotional health, of course, the first card that comes out is
the
mental health
card.
So we're now changing it.
Well, something's happening quickly.
Yeah, something. It's happening quickly, and it's Trump is coming up with these crazy ideas, and he's pursuing them with reckless abandon, like he typically does. But since we're looking at his emotional health, things are happening quickly, and there's just it's moving forward with reckless abandon.
And I can almost say, even without going further than that he's going to be his own worst enemy, because he just reacts.
Yes. He swings at everything.
Yeah. So we can imagine what his blood pressure's like.
Yeah. It's the perfect example of that is when people were joking or mockingly referring to President Musk. And he felt like he had to come out and say that, actually, I won the election. Yeah. I'm the president. It's like, oh my God, this is someone who just doesn't get it.
Nope.
Okay, there's the cross, the moon card, confusion. Things are murky and between those ears.
Howling at the moon craziness.
Yeah, he's just
lunacy.
He's starting to go loony. Underneath it, temperance. Temperance is more about balancing the emotions. You could say this is Dr. Ronnie Jackson.
I think it's a reasonable
putting together an elixir to keep them together, but it's underneath now. There's not much more he can do.
Right. It's kind of in some ways, Trump has his good days and his bad days. He has his lucid days and he has his cray-cray days. And it probably is that he's slipping more and more into mental health issues that are currently being medicated to keep it mostly under control. But it doesn't stop he's doing nothing to stop the process.
Right.
So it's a downward spiral.
Yeah, it's just how long could they keep him going?
Yeah.
It's really worse.
He had his best day yesterday.
Yep.
Today is not as good. Tomorrow will be worse.
In the past, Two of Wands, looking out to the future. He's got decisions. He's got choices. It's not really decisions, more choices.
Yeah.
I can take the higher path, or I can stay in the low energy path. Which path am I? Is he having a good day or bad day?
Yeah.
In the past.
And his actions will dictate.
And speaking of actions, this came up in that other reading, the Ace of Swords. Right now, the current energy, the Ace of Swords, the truth is coming out. He can't hide it. He won't be able to hide it anymore.
Right.
And
and that could be on his health, not just.
I'm getting a lot of swords in this one. It's not just the court case. It is his actions now. He can start relaxing at this point, but we are seeing it. The folks who have little red caps who watch Fox News, they haven't seen it yet. They think he's being funny. The man with no sense of humor is being funny. Overarching energy is a Six of Cups. That was my underneath card. It's basically he's living in the past now. His brain is starting to degrade. His emotional health is degrading. He's becoming a younger and younger child.
Toddler in chief is not a bad description of it.
Lesson to be learned: Two of Cups. It's Two of Cups is about agreements. It could also be about medications. Once again, Dr. Ronnie Jackson keeping him going.
Yeah.
But it's also it's about agreements. It's about meeting someone's emotional needs. So what would be the lesson there emotionally for him? The lesson to be learned: taking care of your emotions, being thoughtful with your emotions.
Yeah, he brings people together when you have a common enemy.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I've got a wonderful layered reading for this. It has that. Oh God, that's perfect.
Outcome is the Eight of Wands. I'll let Dave throw his intuition on that. Eight of Wands. It's going to happen fast, and it's going to be very, very visible to everybody.
Now, when I say it's a layered reading, where I'm going with it is kind of as I was watching that, it's like, what's driving the emotional health of Donald Trump, or the decline in his emotional health? They're racing forward to get to the finish line. Why? Because the secrets are about to be revealed. And the temperance is taking the toxicity down a notch type of thing. So his emotional health, his basic health in general, but his emotional health is taking a beating because he's so focused on trying to cross the finish line, which I say is January 20th.
Yes. Okay.
And, they've got the plan. They enacted their plan to get Trump into the seat. The problem is that there's legal machinations going on. Again, this is conspiracy theory-ish type thing. This is a Biden free will choice. it sure looks like there were shenanigans with the election. Now, before you get too election denier, just like the Republicans. Note that Biden and Harris didn't immediately go screaming out to the the election was stolen. Let's file 60 lawsuits
and lose them all.
And lose them all because there's no evidence. If there was election manipulation, there will be evidence of it. And Trump was an unpopular candidate, so it means that the evidence would be obvious. It wouldn't be subtle because you have to dial it up to 11. Mm-hmm. And I have seen posts from Clark County's election data that was looked at, and they showed what the 2020 data scatter looked like versus 2024, and you could see the manipulation, the 2020 data, and it's screamingly obvious in 2024. Now, Biden and Harris have not said anything about it. There's been some subtle hints dropped. It's minutia. I hate minutia. Gary and I are both. We like big, bold facts. Reading between the lines is really, really annoying because those aren't big, bold facts.
Yeah. Say what you need to say.
Yeah. Now, does that mean that nothing's happening? Possibly. Or it could mean that something's happening, but it's being kept quiet. I don't know. But if something's happening, it's about to come forward here. There's an offer being made to Trump that, for the peaceful transition of power. Here's the agreement that he can take if he wants to. The announcement's going to come quickly. There's two free wills going on here. One is Biden. If there was election interference, Biden's got about a week to get it out there.
Yep.
And that will likely involve cooperation with other intelligence agencies around the world, because you're putting together a narrative of elections being interfered in Romania, in France, in Germany, and the United States.
And the Republic of Georgia.
So that it's not just a U.S. problem, it's a worldwide problem. And the cups, the 6 cups there could be to Donald Trump. Again, hey, you know what? If you denounce this and, we show evidence that the election was manipulated, and you just say, hey, you know what? Fair's fair. I guess I lost. Darn. We will not prosecute you on any of these outstanding cases. They may not pardon him. They just may not prosecute him until they'll do it after he's passed or something like that. That would be an offer. But okay, so Biden to pursue it and announce it, Trump to accept it. Those are the two free wills you have to deal with. If Biden doesn't choose to pursue it, or Trump doesn't choose to accept it, we may never hear about it. Doesn't mean we're wrong. It just means you may never hear about it. But that would be a layered reading. You can imagine that playing on Trump's emotional health, that his legacy, his mythology may be taken down because of election shenanigans.
Well, he's already taken a big hit to his ego because, he's a convicted felon now.
Yeah.
All 34.
Boy, is he upset about that.
Yeah, and he's appealing the conviction. The conviction or the penalty phase was nothing's going to happen to you, and he's appealing that. And I was asking Dave, like, can the appellate court come back and say,
you're right, you should have been sentenced to prison time?
Yeah, exactly. Can they come back and say, yeah, you're right, that sentence was unjust, you should be in jail right now, or in prison right now?
All I gotta say is it would be hilarious if, Trump, like, for some reason steps down, he's no longer the president of the United States before the appeals court hears that, and then they rule on it, you're right, we're going to send this back to the judge for a resentencing. And now you can get prison time because you're no longer protected by the office.
That's what I didn't understand about Mershon, not at least putting something out there and suspending it.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Hell, 4 years in prison suspended until you're no longer the president, and you can just say, after that, you don't break any laws, we won't enact it. But if you start breaking laws and he commits again 5 felonies a day, you keep your nose clean, you won't have to go to prison. But it's waiting for you like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, it's basically like in Peter Pan, the alligator's waiting for you.
Tick, tick, tick.
Okay, your turn.
Is Trump's emotional health tied with potential election interference and getting the inauguration date. What's the link between those two? Yeah, there's the victory, the purported victory, and the Five of Swords, the narcissism,
winning it all.
Winning it all. It's like, in order to satisfy his narcissistic behavior, they had to give him the victory, but he had to give him the victory in all the houses. Plus, he had to win the popular vote. And there's intelligence underneath there that talks about the victory that happened. Page of Wands, the victory came from overseas. There's overseas, when you have the United Arab Emirates and the Russian planes next to Trump's plane doing downloads, what was happening with that? My favorite card, the page cards. The Page of Pentacles. A lot of messaging coming in. Current situation is they followed the money. If you have election interference, there's going to be money changing hands. And it's going to be messaging about actions and values. The Justice Department's all over the top of this. This is about the best of America with our elections, and it's about to become a nightmare scenario. Things are going to be really stressing. I still think, the Page of Swords could be a spy in the camp. Page of Swords could be about just intelligence throughout the world. You got 3 of the pages in there. We're in the messaging stages of it. This is not something that you can dump on the American people. We are neither sophisticated nor critical thinking enough to handle that type of information right now. We are kind of in a paste-eating stage. And not all of us, not trying to trash on the viewers on this channel, but as a general collective, this country has been eating paste for the last 8 years, and you can't hit them with all the facts and reality. It's almost like they will go into a state of shock.
Well,
just like if somebody's addicted to a drug, you can't just cold turkey them. There's going to be side effects and withdrawal syndromes and stuff like that. So you have to kind of ease the process out.
There are a lot of folks out there who voted for 45 who eat paste, and you can't just turn it off.
No,
it's they have to get there on their own.
Now, it's so easy to throw the baby out with the bathwater in this one because you're fed up. We tried logic, It's like what he said is provably false. Here's a Google link. Use Google. It's your friend. They don't want to hear that. Literally, it's like you're the enemy. I've got blinders on. Do your own research crowd doesn't want anybody else to do their research either.
Right.
They just want you to go away. But I just had somebody on my channel say that they were a former Trumper, and they now see Donald Trump for who he is. Who better than to talk to their family, their circle of friends, their extended family, to let them know that Trump isn't everything he represents himself to be. It's not me. They're not going to listen to me. I'm a freaking Marxist. We are not the messengers for them. They will just ignore us. This person was somebody in their family that was also a Trumper who's going to be able to say, yeah, but what about this, and this? And they can't just say, oh, you're just a libtard. They have to listen to him because it was somebody in their inner circle. And they're the people that plant the seeds of doubt. And then when Trump does stuff that this person said he's lying to you, and then they start finding out, that's going to create the crack that lets the light into where those seeds are planted, and they will grow, and that will start causing Trumpers to fall off. They won't pass the purity test because they won't be 100% behind Trump. So what ends up happening is you start spiraling more and more toward the core, the kernel of the true faithful Trumpers. The 15%, 16% of the community that just thinks Donald Trump is all that in a bag of chips.
The second coming, right?
And they will never, ever let go of that. Well, those people are not savable. They don't want to be saved. But it's the peripheral ones that you can stream off. And then, it's 85 versus 15.
Yeah. But we got to get there first. That doesn't happen overnight, unfortunately.
All right. So his emotional health, I think, is tied to election interference, and it's working on him, and it's not going to end well.
Yeah, and it's that, like I said, that 34 felony convictions, that is eating at him right now.
His mythology is being attacked.
Yeah, a lot of things. President Musk eats at him. And then the pushback he's getting from the world leaders, like the president of Mexico saying that she wanted to name the United States was it Mexican America?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that stuff's gonna get under his skin because he can't ignore it. He can't tune it out. And so it's just going to become a war of words.
His base won't let him.
Yeah.
They won't let him. You're not going to let that person...
This is America!
...disparage you like that.
It's bad enough that we call ourselves America when we're just really North America.
And not even all of North America.
Not even all of it.
Yeah, better say you are from the United States of America than saying you're American, because there's a South America, Central America, and North America.
That's right. And the Canadians would like to talk to us about taking all of the North America for ourselves.
Yeah, and let's be honest. The United States isn't going
to... Why should we start that now?
The United States is not going to invade Canada.
Lord.
Canada has already had the best AI vicious drones out, the suicide drones out there. They're called Canadian geese. Try and get through that picket line of death.
Oh, God.
That's why Canadians are so nice. They took all their anger and their evilness and dumped it into a bird.
They're really nasty.
They are nasty. They're like the one...
They're ill-tempered beasts.
They're like the one thing that will give a badger a run for its money. Anyway, so we're done here. Thank you very much for watching our channel. We appreciate it.
Give us a thumbs up if you like these videos. We put out a new video every night at midnight. If you really like the nonsense, subscribe, leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many.
And unlike any other Twin Tarot channel up until today, we give you something that all the other Twin Tarot channels by Gary and David do not offer you, but we do offer you free of charge.
Yes, this is not extra. It's the secret card. Today's secret card is the Four of Wands. Okay. And that can mean a couple different things.
Behind bars.
It could be behind bars. It could also be celebrating that you're behind bars.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Exactly. It's celebrating, working together, enjoying each other's company. It could also be we're visiting you. It's just like going through the first corner of the Monopoly board. You're just in jail visiting. And we're just visiting.
That is not a pleasant looking guy in that bar.
No, it wasn't.
All right, thank you everyone. We'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.